Hello children, today we'll be doing LCM and HCF of numbers, especially applicable for higher classes when you're doing time and work, or when you're doing problems and fractions, or when you're doing a quadratic equation problem sums on speed where you need LCM of the denominators. So what is the first method of doing so? So let us suppose you all know that if I have 6, 12 and 48, LCM is 48. So you don't have to sit and do the LCM. If you have like 12 and 16, then LCM. Instead of doing the traditional way, you take factors 4 and 3 and 4 and 4. The common factor is 4. So copy that 4. Remaining factors are 3 and 4. And LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. So multiply these two, that gives 48. So LCM of 12 and 16 is 48. Let us take another example. Suppose I take example 6, 24 and say you have 20. 6, 24 and 20. 6 and 24 LCM is 24 already. So that is common to both. 24 can be divided by both 6 and 24. Now in next numbers I am left with 24 and 20. So you have here 6 4s are 24, 4 5s are 20. So what is common between them? 4. Yes? And now you are left with 6 and 5. So what is the LCM of 6 and 5? 30. So 30. So the LCM is of 6, 24 and 20. 6, 24 and 20. This is the LCM. So this becomes faster than doing the traditional way of, writing this, then starting with 2 and a 3 and a 4 and then taking the LCM. So this is for higher classes when you're doing time and work. Suppose you need LCM of 1 by 16 plus 1 by 24 plus 1 by 12. And you the LCM of 6, 24 and 12. You know that 6, 12 and 24. In 12 and 24, the LCM is 24 itself. And then you have 16 and 24. Now you're left with 16. So you have 16 and 24. LCM is 16 and 24. So that will be 4 4s and 4 6s. So you have common number is 4. Copy it down. Multiply by the LCM of 4 and 6, which you know is 12. So you can write 12. So the LCM of this is 48. Right? Suppose you have like numbers like you have 30, 20 and 30. LCM of 20 and 30. So you know it is 60. But still 10 and 2, 3 and 10. Common number is 10. Right? And then you are left with 3 and 2. LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So that is 60. So 60 becomes the LCM of. So 60 is the LCM of 20 and 30. Right? So this is another. Suppose you have like 24 and 96, or say you have 96, 16 and 18. Right? You have 3 numbers whose LCM I have to find out. You know that very easy, 16 and 96. So the LCM itself is 96 because 16 6 are 96. So 96 and 16, the LCM is 96. The LCM is 96. Now you are left with 18, right? Now what is the LCM of 96 and 18, right? Here you have, suppose 96, this is 9 2s are 18, and this is, you have, what is it, 2 into 48, right? So common is 2. Common is 2 to them. And what is LCM of 48 and 9? You know that 16 3s are 48 and 3 3s 9. So the next common number is 3. The next common number is 3. So you have left with now, after removing this common, I have 16 and 3 left. So there is no common factor between 3 and 16. So LCM will be their product, 48. If nothing is common, no common factor between 7 and 6, LCM is 42. No common factor between 3 and 17, so LCM is 51. Yes? So 16 and 3, the LCM is 48. Right? So that is 48. So the LCM of these numbers 96 and 18 is 2, 3 and 48. That is 6 into 48. So that is the LCM. I repeat again. Suppose you have a number like, I repeat this, you have 96, 16 and what did I say? 18. You had 3 numbers whose LCM you have to find. Yes? So, you know these two, 96 and 16. 16 ones are 16 and 16 6s are 96. So LCM is, and 6 and 1 is 6. So 96 is itself the LCM. If you do my method common, and LCM of 6 and 1 is 6, so it is 96. And you all should know that if you know 16 tables, you know that 96 is the LCM of 96 and 16. So now you got 96. Of these two, LCM is 96. Now I have to see what is the common divisor, what is the number, the least number which these two can divide. So I will take, this is 9 and 2. Let us break up into 9 and 2, and this is 2 and 48. Right? So what is common? Let's take the common number 1, 2. What is left? 48 and 9. So that is 48 and 9. What is the common factor between 48 and 9? 3. So this is 3 into 16 and this is 3 into 3. So therefore again common factor is 3. I remove the common factor. Right? And what is LCM of 16 and 3? 48. So I have 48. So 6 into 4, 6 is 48, 4, 6 4 is 24, 288 is the LCM of all these 3 numbers. 288 can divide by 96 and then 288 can be divided by 16 and 288 can be divided by 18 too. Right? So this is one method. Similarly, you can take the HCF also. HCF of 6 and 9. The greatest divisor which can divide both the common numbers. So like you have 3 and 2 and 3 and 3. So common is 3. So HCF is 3. Because HCF of 2 and 3, the remaining factors is 1. So the number of common factors a given set of numbers have, that becomes, the product of those numbers become HCF. Right? Now same thing, LCM. The common factor is, of course, 6 and 9, you know what's the LCM. So 3 and 3 common. Then what is LCM of 3 and 2? The leftovers. After you take out the common, 3 and 2 LCM is 6. So you know LCM of 6 and 9 is 18. 6 3s are 18 and 9 2s are 18. So this is, suppose you take, let's take another number, say you have 20 and you have say 24 and say you have a number like 16. Let us see LCM and HCF. Okay. So first I'll take what is common. You know that you should know the tables very fast. I told you children, you have to know the tables very fast. So you have 4 and 5, 4 and 6, and 4 and 4. So what is the common to all? The common to all is 4. Right? Then you have 5 and 6, nothing common. That's why 1 is the only common factor. And in 6 and 4, you have the common factor 2. But all the common factors for 6, 4 and 5, there is no common factor for 4, 5, 6 and 4. So this itself is the HCF. The greatest number which can divide a 20 and a 24 and a 16. So the greatest common factor or the HCF, highest common factor. Okay. So now that becomes HCF. LCM. Now to LCM. What are the remaining numbers left? 5, 6 and 4. So you know LCM of 5 and 6. There is nothing common again. So but LCM is product of all 4. If there is nothing common, then 5 and 6 LCM is 30 and 4. 30 and 5 and 6 LCM is 30. Remaining is 4. Common factor. Now the LCM. Common factor. This is 2 into 15. This is 2 into 2. Right? So you have again a common factor 2 and 15 and 2 is 30. So LCM of 5, 6 and 4 becomes 60. 6 tens are, 5 12s are, 4 15s are. So and there was a common factor 4. Therefore the LCM becomes 4, 2, yes, and then 15 to is 30. So 4, 2 and 30. So 240 is the LCM of 20, 24 and 16. Right? I repeat once more. HCF, the only common number between the factor between 20, 24 and 16 is number 4. That's the HCF. Okay. Now for LCM, first I divided. The first common factor I can see in all is 4. Number 4. Then you have numbers left are now 5, 6 and 4. Yes. LCM of, you can do this way also. LCM of 6 and 4 you know is 12. Right. So 12 and 5. And what is LCM of 5 and 12? There is no common factor. 5 ones are and 12 has no 5. Of course it has 1. So therefore the LCM becomes 60 of these numbers and the first ones. So you got 240. How it helps in mathematics? Like you have 2 by 15, 3 by, suppose you have 24, and you have 1 by, suppose you have say 12, right? And you are wanting to find the single fraction by adding. So therefore you have to take out the LCM of number 24. So what you will do is, you can do the traditional way, but for higher classes you want to finish off fast. Some know mentally also what is the LCM of 15 and 24. So let us take 15, 24 and 12. So here it is 3 and 5, right? And here it is 3 and 8, 24, and this is 3 and 4. So 3 is the highest common factor of 15, 24 and 12. Highest common factor is the one which can, the common factor is 3. So that's only 3 because 5, 8 and 4, there is no number, the greatest number, which can divide all 3, 5. 5 becomes prime number. So if there's one prime number, 8 and 4, non-prime numbers, composite numbers. So therefore it cannot have, the HCF will be 1. So HCF 5, 8 and 4 is 1. So the HCF is 3. Now we continue with LCM. Now for LCM, we take the common number 3. Then we are left with 3, 8 and 4. So 3 is out. We have taken 3 into. What is LCM of 8 and 4? You should know. Take the combination. 8 and 4 is 8. And what is LCM of 3 and 8? 24. So the LCM is 72. The LCM of 15, 24 and 12 is 72. Now when you are solving this, you already know, right, this is 72, right? You already got, now you want to divide 72 by 15 and you see what you got. So 72, when you write 72, sorry, not 72. 72 is not the LCM because 15 doesn't go in 72. So let us repeat again and see, children. 15, 24 and 12. So 3 5s are, 3 8s are and 3 4s are. So HCF is 3. So now LCM, it is 3 common and LCM of 5, 8 and 4. 4 and 8, I took the wrong number. So I took 8 and 4, I took LCM 8 and 5. 5 8s are 40. By mistake, I took 3. So that is 40. So LCM is 120. So when you are writing 120, I write here 120 here, and then I am dividing 120 by 15. It goes 8 times. 8 times, 8 2s are 16, and it goes 5 times. 5 3s are 15, 24 goes in 125 times, and 12 goes 10 times, and it becomes fast. Now since I am explaining, children, so it takes time. Otherwise, you can do it faster. So if I give you like, suppose I give you like LCM of 72, 18 and 24. Right? Let us take one more example. So that will be, you have say 6 4s are 24. 24 is 6 and 4, 18 is 6 and 3, and 72 is 6 and 12. So now suppose I am taking HCF, highest common multiple also you can say, and that is 6. And what is HCF of 4, 3 and 12? 4 and 12 HCF is 4. But you 4 cannot divide 3. So therefore HCF of, if it was 4 and 12, HCF would have been 4. But it's 4, 3 and 12. So the only common factor between 4, 3 and 12 which can divide this is only 1. So 6 is the HCF. Now for LCM, okay, for LCM what you do, you have common factor, you got 6. Now you are left with 4, 3 and 12. And LCM of 4, 3 and 12 is 12 only. Right? 4, because 12 has 4 and 3 in it. Right? 4 1s are and 3 1s. LCM of 4, 3 and 12 is 12. Because 12 can be divided by 3 and 12 can be divided by 4 and 12 can divide itself. Right? So that becomes 12. So answer is 72. So LCM is, because 18 4s are 72, 24 3s are 72 and 72 1s are 72. You can do faster. Senior students can still do faster. This is only for 7th and 8th level. You can do the traditional way. You can do this way. It helps you in doing time and work. Suppose a child has 16 and you have 1 by 24. A takes 16 days to do a piece of work. B takes 24 days to do a piece of work. So A does 1/16th work per day. B does 1/24th work per day. So now you are adding, now 16 and 24. You know that 24 and 16. Many people know it's 48, right? Many people know 48, right? 24 2s are 48, 16 3s are 48. But suppose you want to know this 4 6s are, 4 4s are. So common is 4 and LCM of 6 and 4 is 12. So you straight away get 48. Or the common is again 2. Take out the 2 and then you have 2 and 3. You have a 2 and 2. So 2 is common, 4 is common, LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. Still you get 48, right? So that's 48, and then 16 3s are, 24 2s are, 5 by 48. So this becomes faster. Okay, children? So you just practice at home the LCM and HCF. This is not for 4th or 5th or 6th. This is for higher classes when in course of doing a chapter. Okay, you have to add fractions, you have to find LCM and HCF. This is a short way of finding it. Okay, thank you. We'll continue. Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay.